What's going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Sonos Amp, like you see beside me here. Not only am I going to review it, go over some of the finite details and what this amp has to offer in comparison to a traditional amplifier, but also I'm going to go ahead and walk through a simple setup that's easy to understand so you guys at home can do this yourselves. If you happen to be new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and if the video helps you out whatsoever, give it a thumbs up. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into this. All right, let's kick things off with what you're gonna find inside the packaging. You're gonna find a welcome start guide that will help you navigate through the simple setup process. Next up, you're gonna find 2 pairs of included banana plugs, which makes installation of that speaker cable nice and easy, not to mention it will look very clean with cable management. And then of course, last but not least, we're gonna find the Sonos Amp itself. Okay, so when we flip the Sonos Amp around, we're going to see an assortment of different things going on back here, so I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you guys. First and foremost, you're going to see the power input port, pretty standard, followed up by a sync button. Now this button allows you to pair your Sonos Amp during the setup process, which we'll get to a little bit later. Next up, you're going to see an HDMI ARC port. This is cool because it allows you to connect the amp to your TV, and then you can have the audio play through your connected speakers, which is really nice. Sonos has provided 2 Ethernet ports, one to connect your internet router, and then the other one can actually pass internet through to another device. That's a really nice feature. Next up, we do have an RCA input. Now this is going to be for pairing turntables and CD players and things like that. You are going to see a subwoofer cable input in case you want to hardwire your own sub to the amp. Keep in mind you do have the option to pair the Sonos wireless sub if you have that or you want to pick that one up. And then rounding things off, you do have 2 125 watt right and left speaker input terminals, which obviously you can use to wire up your external hardwired speakers. As far as dimensions go, the Sonos Amp is roughly 2.5 inches tall, 8.5 inches wide, and this amp does weigh 4.6 pounds, and it is stackable, which makes it really great for a clean, professional looking rack installation. As far as the functionality goes with the Sonos Amp, you're going to be able to enjoy pretty much all types of media. This would include vinyls, CDs, stored audio files, and even streaming services. And for those of you who were planning on hooking this up with your TV audio, you do have the ability to broadcast the TV's audio utilizing that HDMI ARC port over the right and left channel as a stereo pair. Or another way you could do it is if you had a Sonos Beam or ARC soundbar, you could actually use that stereo pair as some rear surrounds in your living room setup. So if you're trying to get a nice little surround going, you could do it. However, I don't see many people doing it because it's really expensive. In that case, not only would you need the soundbar, the subwoofer, but then you'd need an in-ceiling pair, and then you'd need a Sonos amp just to drive those rear surrounds. So it just doesn't seem very cost effective, but I just thought I'd let you guys know that you could do it. So my favorite thing about the Sonos Amp is that you can pair it in nicely with any other Sonos product that you may have. This would include soundbars, Play One speakers, even some of the portable options, but you can also pair it in with additional amps for each zone that you want music control in. For example, in my house, I have the ability to broadcast audio in my great room, my garage, my living room, my backyard, and even my master bedroom. The cool thing is you can either stream the same audio across the board throughout the entire house inside and out, or you can have something different playing in every single room simultaneously. You can even adjust the volumes up and down in each individual room. That way, if the kids are in the backyard in the pool and you want the music loud out there, but maybe you have a baby sleeping inside the house and you want the music really quiet, you can easily do that using the Sonos S2 app. And from experience, there really is no easier multi-zone audio solution on the market, especially for residential audio. And especially something that's this affordable. So we've talked about the price at $650 for the Sonos Amp, and I can understand why individuals would think that seems a little bit expensive, but when you really break down, different audio and multi-zone streaming solutions, it's really quite affordable for all the features that you're gonna get. And keep in mind, you can control all of this using the simple to use mobile app. So something I've really enjoyed and used on a daily basis is the Apple AirPlay that Sonos allows us to use with their amp. It's really handy, and if you're using an iPhone, or in my case, I actually have a smart home setup that's controlled through an iPad that's mounted on my wall, I can just Apple AirPlay a lot of my audio that I'm streaming, and it just makes things really easy and seamless. Additionally, the amp does have built-in Wi-Fi, or you can just hardwire an Ethernet cable right into the back of the amp, which I would highly recommend because keep in mind you're going to most likely be streaming audio using the internet from the amp. So if you want that nice secure connection, go ahead and hardwire it to the back of your router. Okay guys, so after months and months of daily use and rigorous testing, I've gone ahead and concluded that I love this product. I don't regret buying so many of them. It was a crazy investment because like I said, it was about $1,000 per room in my home, inside and out. But at the end of the day, when I turn it on, it works. I'm a guy who really can appreciate hardwire in-ceiling speakers, and that's exactly what I got in my house. And I love showing this thing off to my guests. My family really enjoys them on a daily basis, and I do not regret my purchase at all. In fact, I think this might be Sonos's best product to date, and I think it's going to be a hard one to beat. So if you're on the fence about it, I'd highly recommend you go ahead and pull that trigger. And if you do want to check it out, I'll go ahead and leave the links down below for pricing, reviews, and availability, because sometimes this product can be difficult to get your hands on as availability may be limited. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video on the Sonos amp. If you have any additional questions that I wasn't able to cover sufficiently in the video, just leave them down in the comment section below. And if there's anything that you want to see me review next on the channel, make sure you let me know about that as well. But until I see you guys on the next video, we out.